In prison, it is called downcasting when they push a man into the toilet, so that he at least touches the toilet with his hands. That's it. That's enough. It is important that a few people see it. If they see this, they will spread the word around the prison. They'll call him a fag. You can't say hello to him. You can't take anything from him. And you can't contact him in any way. And you must keep him at a distance. It is actually quite easy and simple to downcast a man, but not everyone. Hello, my name is Stanislav. I served 15 years in a place of confinement. But now, I started my life over. So, first of all, these 2 rings are a reminder for me that I must not give up, because there are people counting on me. They want to get out. They have hope that someone will help them with clothes, with shoes, with work, with food, at least for some time. Prison brings out the most negative qualities in a person. And most importantly, that it works for them. Like an incubator, it only warms them up. There are different aspects there. You can get downcasted by the jail or prison authorities themselves. If you surround yourself with strong people, if you, say, write complaints, if you stand up for your interest, your legitimate interest, they put you in the line. They make a list of such people, and then deal with them one by one. These people, they don't clean the toilet. Nobody touches them. They're of no interest. But when it comes to your turn, they say, go clean the toilet. If you don't clean the toilet, they'll put you in a seg cell or a punishment cell. They'll say that you disobeyed to authorities of the correctional institution, and you get this special treatment. They'll give you 2 or 3 more years. And the person thinks, well, I have a year left. I don't want to be here for 3 more years. Okay, whatever. I'll clean those toilets. That's it. Now you're in the lowest caste in the prison hierarchy. They try to hide it, but they won't be able to hide it anymore. He'll come out on the walk. Someone will see him. Someone will recognize him. They'll say, hey, look, he's downcasted. What is he doing here? He can even get beaten up very badly. They can break his arms and legs with a stool. There were such cases. You can't even hit a downcasted man with your hands, or not even your feet, so you have to use some kind of object. A stick, a mop, a stool, anything you can get your hands on, because otherwise you can become one of those untouchables. How the prisoners can downcast you, or rather turn you out, while playing cards. Look, here's my package, here's yours. If you're gonna play with us, you can make it all yours, so you will have 2 packages. The man agrees to play. The so-called card sharpers play with him, so they cheat. They already know they're going to win, so the man ends up losing his package, and they go, hey man, wanna win it back? Let's play for money. But I don't have money. Well, let's play for a money transfer. Alright, he plays for a money transfer. He loses again. They say to him, here, look, you have, let's say, a few days or a week to give us the money back. He just starts calling his mom. Mom, send me the money. His mom is a poor woman, gathers all of her savings. Yes, sonny, I'll send it. And suddenly there's a problem pops up. Some problem with the transfer. The money comes late. And they say, how are you going to work it off? Well, what should I do? Well, there it is. He gets in the fag zone. And the others treat them accordingly. When confronted with that system, a person comes out angry, selfish, impudent, and they lose faith not only in people, but faith in the good, and that is the most important thing. The person comes out empty, because it was all erased there, inside. It's a very sad story. I graduated from school, but I didn't manage to get accepted into college on the first try, so I started working. I met a girl, and so when I was dating her, we began to fall in love. She was everything to me. And then suddenly she doesn't show up for a day, 2 days, and I'm in love. I'm worried. I'm waiting. Nothing. I come to her mom. Well, I knew where she lived. Her mom says, "She didn't show up. I thought she was at your place. She's not with me." Her mom, of course, freaked out and started calling her friends. One of them tells her that she is at her place. Mom asks her, "What happened?" She goes, "Well, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it right. In short, she was raped." I'm a strong person, but it broke me down then, and I said to her, "Want me to punish him?" And she said, "Yes, I do." I found where he lived, called him. In short, we started exchanging blows. I was in a state of ruthlessness. I just couldn't realize that I needed to stop. And then suddenly, you wake up. So I wake up. What did I feel? Disbelief. I couldn't believe that. When I read books then, which describe different things, how a person is painfully, let's say, dying of illness, how they suffer from the fact they did not make time to do a lot of things, and only after I understood what happened and what I did, only after that, when I could compare things. My girlfriend, she refused to go to the trial, and that was more shocking for me than the fact that I would go to prison and I would serve there. Well, in the end, I was sentenced to 15 years, and I served my full term. In jail, a person constantly lives in a cell system. He only goes out for a walk for 40 minutes to an enclosed courtyard, which again is separated by brickwork, a brick wall, and a gate on the top. The convoy walks around on top of it watching. You can see nothing there, and a person or a colony, as a rule, was like, there were barracks. Each barrack was enclosed by a fence with those wires, and there were just a lot of people walking around. And you know what? Those people had terrifying faces. I mean, I thought I was going to die there, literally within the first hour. I come in and, first of all, there's this ceiling and there was this, I don't know, there was a smoke screen, probably about 15 inches from the top of the ceiling. They smoked right on the bed. I see this one lying there. Then I look, and everyone looks about. They start rising like this, looking out, watching you. There was so much garbage on the floor, and there were even some of these, coffee grounds lying around. You know, they drank coffee and spilled the rest on the floor. There was a bed sheet, but it was this of dark yellow color. The two men approached me right away. "Hey kid," no one says hello, not a handshake or anything. "Come with us." I say, "Let's go." We come in. "Get the chair and take a seat." I sit. There are 4 people. One underboss, and his kinda close associates. "So, what's your story? What are you in for?" "For murder." "How are you gonna live here?" "At the prison they prepared me. Told me it was better to live as a man, or a PI, which means to be in the middle of the hierarchy. Otherwise it would be hard to live with such a long term. And so I say, I want to live as a man. Why do you want that?" To which I responded that I didn't steal, I didn't rob, I didn't kill. "Well, that just happened. Okay, is the human thing alien to you?" I say, "No, of course it's not. And the human thing is, for example, when you're asked to help with something, share cigarettes, or tea, or whatever, or support. For example, if a riot breaks out, I just have to support it because I said that the human thing is not alien to me." And then they ask right away, "What can you do?" I reply, "I can do nothing." "Well, maybe you want to learn to do something." I say, "Well, it depends." "Okay, good. Are you straight?" I answer, "Yes, I am." He snaps his fingers. "Victor, come here. Make us a cup of tea." He put out some treats. There was a chocolate bar. After that, he shook my hand. Then we just sat and drank tea and had such casual conversations. And then comes, "So," he calls one of the men and says, "Prepare a bed for the kid. Make him feel comfortable so he can lie and get some sleep." I think, okay. Then he reaches below the bunk and pulls out literally a 1-gallon gas can. I can smell the alcohol. I think, Oh my. So he pours from this gas can into shot glasses. We drink. They get the person drunk, and then start asking questions. I already feel like I'm drunk enough, and they just keep pouring and pouring. Just as they begin to drink, I see no one is looking at me at this time, and I immediately pour out the shot there, under the bunk. What can you do? So they ask the same questions over again. Nothing. I've been studying. I've just graduated from school. How do you feel about the human thing? Good. I support it. Will you support us? Yes, I will. That's good. Well, get some rest. You know, when people are drunk, they can tell you a lot of things. But I somehow managed to get through all that. When I had already learned this whole system, I got sick of it, and I just wanted the people who were out here to see what was going on in the prison. I wrote a very long article, and, so to speak, I asked the people. They illegally write out the article in which I wrote how the administration works, how the things were going in there. I wrote about these so-called underbosses in quotes, who cooperate and work for the administration. So, in short, I discovered a disease that was not there before. And here, when the paper came out, the administration just went crazy. They were just terrified. They said, write a rebuttal, because there are so many inspections. They tried to intimidate me by talking. I said, seg cell? Let it be seg cell. Punishment cell? Let's do that. I'm not afraid of it. I mean, I'm tired of putting up with it. I was tired of it. They tried to downcast me. They said, go and clean the toilet. I said I wouldn't. You know what saved me? Every convict who realizes that his turn is coming soon, he takes apart a shaving stick and takes the razor blade from that. You wrap it in foil. You put it behind your lip, under your tongue. And when they tried to push me into the toilet, I grabbed the blade and just started cutting myself like this. Just started cutting my veins. Of course, they jump right back. That's it. And they don't want to listen to the warden's orders. And do you know why? This immediately gets reported to the Department of Corrections. An inspection comes. They start checking what happened, and how that happened, and all that. The administration will get questioned, and this is a criminal record, so the administration leaves you alone. By that time, I had been there for 14 years, and I was just so fed up with the whole system from the inside that I just wanted to convey the message that, guys, think twice. Avoid crimes. There's nothing interesting here. But initially, I came out to nowhere, but I had been planning my release. I mean, I wrote to the city executive committees, and I wrote to night shelters, and they all refused. We can't help you with employment and temporary housing right now, so I went to the train station and stayed there. Then it got to the point where I didn't eat anything at all for a few days, because nobody would help me, because I looked like a normal young man that can make his living. And how do I explain that they don't hire me? I went to the job center. I showed my diplomas. I had 5 diplomas. They say, we cannot hire you. I said, why not? You don't have a residence permit. I said, so help me do it. No, a person served their time in prison. They served their sentence. So why here, on the outside, should he still be pushed and thrown into the abyss? For what? This is a breeding ground for new crimes. One question that was always crucial. What were you in prison for? I say, for murder. Oh, no. The people in our team, if they find out, they won't understand. No. Goodbye. 158, the exact figure. Because I have marked it with every stamp, I can only say one thing. The resocialization just doesn't exist at all. If you survive, fine. But if you don't, we'll send you back to prison. Free labor force. After all, for the most part, the salary there is a couple of rubles, maybe a ruble 20, a ruble 40. And it's hard, extremely hard work. I was hungry very often. I had thoughts of just going to the store, stealing some sausage and a loaf of bread, and just eating that right in the store. Okay, but what happens next? I'll get sentenced to 2 years for theft, figuratively. I'll be released again. No help again. This circle won't break itself. Well, it won't break. It will just be on loop. I realized that I would spend my whole life in the prison, so I was patient and strong. I was hungry but stood strong. I really struggled, but I wanted to break that circle for myself personally. Just trample that down and destroy. Because I didn't want to go around like a hamster on a wheel every time. And then, either the universe has had mercy on me. I don't know. When I was getting through random earnings, looking for work, I accidentally met this guy who was about 25 years old, and he had this closet, a couch, and, well, he bought a lot of stuff. He says, "Guys, help me assemble it." So we started talking about this and that, and then he said that he needed staff for his restaurant to move different things like tables and chairs, etc. Then, on a Friday, he calls me. "Listen, it's urgent. Can you be a waiter?" I said, "Man, I don't know. I've never had experience with that." And he goes, "Come over. We'll teach you everything." That's it. I worked for a month. The customers really liked me and spoke highly of me. And after that, I was officially employed, and I've been working at the same place for 3 years now. I have an acquaintance, not even an acquaintance. He is my friend. He calls me and says, "Stas, I've got a guy here. He's an orphan. He has nothing. He has nothing to wear. Can you help him somehow?" I reply, "Yes, of course. No problem." I bought him sneakers, pants, jeans. I met him, provided him with additional clothes and shoes, found him a new job. Now he works well, earns well, and later they found him a hostel, and now he lives and feels pretty good. The rumor about me spread all over the other prisons, because different convicts in transit, they tell like, "Can you imagine? There was a person who disinterestedly did this and that," and just a huge number of letters began to come with various requests. Last year it was over 3,000. Then I just stopped counting them, because I don't even have time for it. I came up with the idea to create a group in social networks called a support center, where we simply reported that a part of people is being released. They need this and that. Say one more person is released. We need this and that. Let's say we found this. We have this, but we don't have enough of this. If anyone has a way to help, we'd be glad to. Naturally, people started responding. Now we are collecting support not only in our city, but all over the country. The amount of parcels is huge. I take a car, we take a trailer, and bring that all here, and then we distribute it. I went through this system myself. Prison, unfortunately, does not resocialize a person. Resocialization should already begin inside the prison. I mean, they have to communicate with the person, they have to see what problems they have, help them to solve the problems, and lead the person to this path. There's not so many people will remain free. Maybe it'll be 1, 2, 5, 10. But there will still be people that I helped. If you look here, you can see these black stones, right? Black. These are dark periods in my life. So this is prison. It's when I was living in a train station. It's when I had nothing to eat. It is when I didn't have a job. And the green ones. See, there's more of them by one stone. That is my future. The future that has begun. The future that I have now. And the third one is the future to come.